Mental health issues are hotly debated due to the current lockdown that the government implement. According reported MOH Ministry of Health, 1 out of 10 have the experienced stress. In the perspective of Malaysia, the mental health issues are referring to the changes in thinking, emotion, and behavior. According BH Online that Pelajar Perubatan Jurutera lebih terkesan 2021, student mental health is deteriorating as they have to face online learning for considerable period. Abdul Latif Yassin, Norizan Abdul Razak, and mentioned the Malaysian university students were agitated, worried, depressed, confused, lack of confidence, and lack of motivation for fear that their academic achievement and educational achievement were affected. Now, I will talk about the problem statement. Today, mental health is becoming a matter of discussion and no longer something that should push aside. In maintaining health, students are also among the group threatened with the mental health problem. Mental health among students is also important to ensure that it will be given benefit family, to society, and even though to the government. Students today are vulnerable to mental health problems according to Irfan, Faizah, Hooper Wakar, and Rosmiza 2020. Some Malaysian students experience 12.3% of common anxiety, 30.5% suffer of mild anxiety, and 26.1% suffer from severe anxiety. This shows that symptom mental illness such as anxiety has been experienced by students in Malaysia. In this study, the main objective of research is to focus to see if students at UiTM Seremban had mental problem and if they had, what are the factors that contribute greatly to mental health. However, the focus of our research question is the first one is to the student in UiTM Seremban campus face mental health problem. The second one is whether there is any relationship between internal factors such as the academic factor, family environment, and financial situation, and also the external factor which is the lifestyle on the mental health issues among the student of UiTM Seremban. And the last one is what is the most significant factor influence student mental health amongst UiTM Seremban students. The research objective are to identify whether students in UiTM Seremban face with mental health problem. The second one is to examine whether there is any relationship between internal factors such as the academic factor, the family environment, and the financial situation, and also the external factor which is the lifestyle on mental health among students in UiTM Seremban. And the last one is to determine the most significant factor influence student mental health among UiTM Seremban students. This is our conceptual framework whereby we divide the independent variable into internal factor, which is the academic factor, family environment, and financial situation, and the internal factor is healthy lifestyle, and the dependent variable is mental health. On our finding, we want to know whether these frameworks are significant related with the student mental health issues in Seremban. Based on the finding of the study conducted by researchers from 15 countries, the results show improvement in mental health issues and psychological disorders such as anxiety, depression, stress, sleep disorder, loneliness, sadness, and interpersonal conflict among students. The academic factor occur when the students are stressed as a result of variables such as scholarship requirement, family pressure, class competition, course-related stress, and financial constraint. On the other hand, certain families and issues assist students in adapting and adopting the online learning environment by inspiring them and improving their well-being. But on the other hand, if they are not helpful, family can raise tension, anxiety. The practice of style of nutrition and types of food has changed to modern style of nutrition. Today, more and more people are likely to buy outside and no longer prepare their own food at home. This is also the case with the influence of style of nutrition among the student. Being in college makes them more likely to consume fast food and unhealthy because it's more saving time and energy saving. About the methodology research. The methodology research can be explained as follows when we use the research design, which is the first one is quantitative method use. We also have used the unit of analysis, which is the consists of the UiTM Seremban student campus, and meanwhile the sample size is 360 respondents, and for the data analysis we have used descriptive statistics, mean, Pearson correlation, multiple regression. For the sampling technique, we have used stratified sampling, and for data measurement we have used Likert scale. The data collection in the section A consists of demographic, while the section B are focusing on mental health, which is our DV, and the section C1, which is the independent variable academic factor. The C2 IV or 2 is family environment. Section C3 is financial situation, and lastly section C4 is healthy lifestyle.
I will discuss the profile of the respondent. In this study, the survey was distributed using platform Google Form through the website to the selected respondent in UiTM Seremban 3. Based on the finding, for the gender, majority of the 186 respondents are female, which is 51.7%. Regarding the age, majority of the respondents aged between 22 to 23 years, with 332 respondents, which is consists of 92.2% of the total respondent. Other than that, the highest number of the respondents comes from semester C, which consists of 324 respondents with a percentage of 90%. The finding also shows that the most of the respondents are coming from the Faculty of Administrative Science and Policy Study, which consists of 250 respondents at 59.7%, followed by the respondent from the FSKM and FSR. Next is the current academic, which most of the respondents were undertaking bachelor degree, which consists of 347 respondents at 96.4%. In Objective 1, we use descriptive analysis. Descriptive analysis is an analysis carried out to analyze the data representing the respondent to ensure that the objective of the research can be achieved. To ensure that the objective can be achieved, several items were asked to the respondent to identify whether students in UiTM Seremban face mental health problem. Based on the reported mean, majority of the students in UiTM Seremban campus does not face mental health problem because they are reported as saying happy study at this university, and their relationship with their friend at university is in good term. However, some of them were reported that they sometimes have problem to sleep. Based on the data, that it can be concluded those who have problems sleeping face mental health problems. Next is Objective 2. Pearson correlation was applied in the research to look at two linearly related variables. The finding found that all the variables have an influence towards mental health among students in UiTM Seremban 3. The results show all the hypotheses were accepted, and it can be proven with the correlation result between academic factor, family environment, financial situation, healthy lifestyle, and mental health students. It also shown that the academic factors, financial situation, and the healthy lifestyle are in a moderate relationship with the dependent variable, which is mental health student, while the family environment is at a weak level. Therefore, factors such as academic factors, financial situation, and the healthy lifestyle are very influential to the mental health of student compared to the family environment. Lastly is Objective 3. In Objective 3, we applied the regression analysis to find the The finding is all the factors that influence mental health student among UiTM Seremban 3. And from the data, the result for adjusted R2 square value is 1.090391. The result from ANOVA has been generated in this test, and the result shows a positive probability value and signifies all the internal and external factors influence mental health of the student. The finding also revealed that there is a high beta value which depicts that a healthy lifestyle shows a high degree in the mental health student. Therefore, the research shows that the healthy lifestyle is the most significant factor that influence mental health among students in UiTM Seremban 3. Next part is the research recommendation. According to UiTM News 2020, one of the ways to deal with mental health problems is through awareness campaign organized by the university. The campaign organized by university will able to raise awareness among the student about the mental health knowledge. Secondly is student participation. Based on the same sources, which is news by UTM News 2020, student participation is essential in order to improve the awareness of the issues of the student mental health itself. This is because the students cannot rely solely on the government or other authorities to contact them and explain everything to them to make them understand how mental health issues can give a bad impact on them. Lastly, is R&D research by the government. According to the National Library of Medicine, the third suggestion is establish the research and development R&D program by the government. The government should review the conduct of the R&D research on the causes of mental health problems in university. In this regard, the government should cooperate with the university and provide a suitable scheme module to prevent this problem from happening. Next part is research limitation. Firstly, generalization of finding. Future research should focus on the accuracy of the data findings to prevent errors during the study. This is because the study may contain inaccuracies if the researcher only consider the quantity of the data rather than the quality of the data. Next is sample size. For the improvement in the future, other researchers should use a bigger sample size of the respondent as they want the result of the study to become more accurate and more effective. The researchers should take more open on the issues as they take the sample size of the other universities such as UCM, UKM, and UPNM. Next of the limitation is student cooperation. Cooperation student is needed to answer the survey to ensure that the survey is distributed on the social media platform. Each survey consume a lot of time as more of the students have internet access problem and it's very difficult for the researcher to for the survey to be collected. Lastly is cross-sectional study. The suggestion can be presented is that researcher can use a longitudinal investigative method to obtain information over a period. Intuitively, the cross-sectional studies enable to separation of the several components. The research study is one of the time assessment of the introduction and outcomes conducted just one. Therefore, it is aiming to draw consensual conclusion from the cross-sectional study. Last but not least, the last part is future suggestion for future research. For future research, the researcher should do other research to find other factors that influence a mental health. As study progress involved, the other factors are also evolving and the concept of the mental is also becoming more widespread. An example is the use of the technology among the students at the university. Next suggestion that can be done is to make mental health comparison between public and private university. This will open the space for the researcher to be done on the difference that public and private university have. As the conclusion, this study has indicated that there was a significant relationship between mental health problem whereby the internal factor such as academic factor, financial situation and family environment, while the external factor is a healthy lifestyle. Particularly, the student has given evidence that all the independent variables are positively connected with the mental health. As an external factor, which is healthy lifestyle, is the most significant that influence mental health among the student in UiTM Seremban 3.